And we've got some learning outcomes that you guys are probably aware of because they were all on the brochure. These learning outcomes include, but are not limited to today, understand and avoid the 7 deadly sins of delegation, set team expectations and responsibilities, engage and manage your team to achieve great results, address performance and behavioural issues, and delegate effectively using strong procedures. So they are the learning outcomes for today. What do you understand? Oh, I've got one here from the practice saying delegation of work to overseas team members. I've got some really great tips and tricks for that. We'll cover those soon. So we've got our learning outcomes, but it's not limited to that. We can cover whatever aspect of a delegation that you would like. So please keep chatting in the chat box. Okay, so what is delegation? This is just one definition. Delegation involves entrusting another person with a task which the delegator remains ultimately responsible for. It involves the fine balance between autonomy and control. So there are 4 key things in this definition that you need to really focus on. The first is that we are entrusting another person with the task. So that involves trust. And if you don't trust the person that you're delegating to, then we need to address that. Okay, so you are entrusting that person with the task. I personally, and the recommendations around this area are that you actually develop that person by training them in doing these tasks and then giving them responsibility. But the ultimate responsibility stays with you, the delegator. So you're the one that is going to make sure that that task is completed to the standard it needs to be completed, or the work is done to a standard that it needs to be completed. So as the delegator, you are responsible. It involves the fine balance between autonomy and control. So you want to give them some autonomy, but you also want to give them a roadmap, a guidance and support materials to make sure that it's done to the standard that you want. I've got here learning to balance delegation effectively and also the best way to give feedback on delegated tasks. So we're going to talk about that very shortly.